Hello guys, this is Colin and this is Colin Talks Crypto. I just got back from the recent Anarchapulco 2019 conference in Acapulco, Mexico, and this video is going to be my recap of what I experienced and if I would recommend it or not to you guys. Thank you very much for joining me. I traveled from the East Coast all the way to Acapulco, Mexico. It was 3 separate flights. That was the tough part. All the rest was pure magic. Not only did I get this pretty awesome tan, got this cool Anarchapulco bracelet. If you guys attended the conference, you will know exactly what that is. And how was it? Quite frankly, it was the most awesome social crypto experience I've had to this date. There were over 1,700 people there. They were all of the same tribe, all of the same mindset, everyone all about freedom. And we all came together and just shared. It was a massive collaboration, whether it was attending a seminar or just talking to people in the corridors or between the hotel rooms. I found that this was the ultimate place to meet people. Actually, that was the #1 quality, was the people. And I met so many of you guys down there. I was actually blown away by how many, not only EOS supporters, but just people who watch my channel were down there. And I met them at breakfast. I remember walking in the first day to the buffet, and a guy says, "Hey, Colin Talks Crypto." And I came over and shook his hand, met his girlfriend. I mean, that's the kind of event this was. You would literally walk into a space and you might end up knowing like 3 people right off the bat. And we would hear music being played while we'd have breakfast at that same place. I'll put a clip of that right here. So needless to say, it was a very positive space, very tropical, very relaxed, just so chill. It was kind of cool because while I was down there, the price of crypto boosted, so that was a nice perk. I remember before I went down to this conference, EOS was at $2.80, and right now it's at $3.80, a $1 increase just while I was down there. EOS is making huge moves. And I had the honor of attending some very, very mind-opening events, seminars, conferences, everything from Peter Sage to Ron Paul to David Icke. Even on the flight in, I was sitting next to David Icke's son, Jamie Icke. And then later, I had a VIP dinner and I sat right next to Ron Paul at his very table. And I had some awesome conversation with him, just asked him a few questions. And he is definitely open to the idea of cryptocurrency. I threw a few questions his way. He's definitely a gold bug. He definitely has that gold, that silver hard money at heart. And who can blame him? You know, he comes from that time period where gold and silver was the trusted commodity. But even having said that, he is still very open to the idea of crypto, and he likes diversity, he likes free market competition, and that's exactly what crypto is, and he recognizes that. So he stood up, he gave a speech, he gave some personal anecdotes at the dinner. Then I got to talk with him one-on-one a few times, got a picture with him. Then I met Jeff Berwick, chatted for a minute, got a photo with him. Then I met Veit of Liberland. By the way, Veit is creating, with EOS.io software, a merit token which is going to be underpinning the Liberland ecosystem. And so I have to meet with him still on that. All at the same dinner, guys. This is Anarchapulco, the place of social hookups with cool people in the crypto space. And at the dinner, I met several fans. Even the photographer was like, "Hey, I watch your channel." And so had a blast. That was just the dinner. Then I met Crypto of Crypto News. The dude is so generous, kind, and just a big person, you know? And when I was shaking his hand, saying hi, got a selfie, and then he's like, "Hey, you know what? Let's just do a quick interview." And so he just interviewed me right there on the spot, set up his equipment, and we did like a 5-minute interview right there in the corridor, and he just asked me all sorts of questions, and I think that was so, so cool of him. You guys will see that pretty soon when he uploads that. Maybe if he's really kind, he'll let me put that on my channel as well. I'll make sure to ask him before I do that. And so that was how it went. Then Then after that, I rolled into an EOS podcast with Ash Oro of Freedom Proxy, with Zane. There was EOS Nation there, Luke Stokes, and we all just had a friendly debate about EOS and just talked about all sorts of different aspects, from everything from security, privacy, what makes EOS great, and FUD and how to combat it, just everything under the sun. So thank you very much to Ash just for being such a good host, and thank you to Dash and Danny for letting us do the film and the podcast outside his van. They have that big Dash van there, that RV, and using all his equipment and stuff. That was just really generous. So it was that kind of event where everyone was just really caring, giving, and just chilling. Danny was over in the corner just eating some meat while we recorded our EOS podcast. So that was at the conference, right? And the cool thing about the conference is it was obviously the biggest one yet. I think this was like the 6th in Acapulco. This was the first one I've ever attended, but it was the largest. And it was so large that they had multiple stages going simultaneously every day of the conference. And they had a full-time cryptocurrency, CryptoPoco stage, and they had a main stage. So if one of the speakers didn't interest you at the first stage, you could just go to the other stage. And there was always something going on at either of the stages, so you had to pick. It was that packed with things. Now, that was the conference. Mind-blowing, right? And there was like 3 pools outside, great water. You could order tacos at the water bar in the pool, have a drink, chill on the beach. And then we had outside fun, and we traveled to like the downtown of Acapulco, and as Jeff Berwick says, it's a very safe place, so we didn't run into any trouble. There's a lot of fear-mongering out there about how dangerous it is, and if you just think on your feet and go to the right places, we didn't run into any problems whatsoever. The people there are very interesting. They like to try to sell their wares to you. The Mexican culture was very interesting for me to experience. So we would like go down to the beach, and then we'd get a peddler come over and be like, hey, do you want to ride our ATVs? It's like 300 pesos for 15 minutes. And that's like 15 bucks. So we're like, yeah, sure. And so we hopped on a couple ATVs and just cruised around on the beach, checking out all the scenery and all the places in the nearby area. So we did that for super cheap. Then we came back, got a coconut, one of these giant tropical coconuts with a straw coming out of it, rented a little tent, everything's for sale over there, rented a little tent out front, sat in a chair right on the water, and then we had people coming by, and then they like, hey, we'll give you a quick massage, 2 minutes, free trial. It felt amazing, so I was like, yes, let's do that, you know, a couple $100 pesos. I'm sitting there with a tropical coconut, drinking that, getting a massage at the beach. I mean, I don't know how much more amazing you can get. But then you'd have guys walking by with trays of donuts trying to sell that, trays of these bracelets trying to sell that. Just pretty much everything you could imagine. If you wanted food or drinks, they had that just coming by on the beach. So you would never be left wanting. That was at the beach. So then at night, on one of the days, we went to a concert sponsored by Acapulco. Jeff Berwick was there. There were several artists, including Immortal Technique and several others. And this concert area was up in an elevated space looking out over the entire Acapulco Bay. It was the most incredible, beautiful space. And you'd have your own booths, and you could get drinks right there while you watch the entertainment and chat with your buddies. That was just an entertainment feature at night. I think we got back at like midnight. Then there was the party bus, and on the bus ride there and back, there was music playing. We had this awesome guy, I wish I got his name, but he was like a hype man on the party bus, and we had flashing neon lights and music, and we'd all be dancing on the bus while we were going to and from the concert. So then we took a little trip to a restaurant downtown and watched cliff divers, these famous Mexican cliff divers who jump from hundreds of feet high off these cliffs straight down vertically into this water. And we got to watch that while we ate and dined on amazing food. So guys, all in all, I don't even know if I've covered everything. I think I might have forgot some stuff. Oh yeah, we released baby sea turtles. We went to a nearby gathering with some guys, and there was these little baby sea turtles. I'll put pictures of this up while I talk. And we got each for 40 pesos. We got to release these into the water, and they scurried off toward the waves. Somehow they knew where the waves were. And the cutest little turtles. We got to release that. So like literally there is no shortage of things. I felt like we spent 20 days in the 6-day period that we were there because we did so much. It was so action-packed. So whether you were at the conference, whether you were in the hallways just socializing with people, chilling on the beach, or downtown exploring new avenues, it was literally action-packed non-stop from day in to day out. So I would highly, highly recommend it. Another fun thing we did, it just keeps coming back to me, we shopped and we went downtown to the marketplace with all these Mexican peddlers, and they'd have their wares for sale, right? Whether it was belts or purses or jewelry or pottery or food, and they would try to sell it to you, and it was so fun to try to barter with them. Tip, guys, never accept first price. Always go for like a third of the price they originally offer you. That is not the real price. So like they would offer us a belt for like 700 pesos, and actually we would end up getting it for like 200 pesos if we kept talking them down or we were willing to walk. That's the tip. Just giving you a little purchasing tip there in Mexico. Be willing to walk and you might get an amazing price. And even if you do walk, you'll still find the same product somewhere else. So that's the tip there. Okay guys, so Anarchapulco 2019 was amazing. I can't wait for next year. I definitely intend on going, and I'm not getting paid to tell you guys this. I'm just doing this because I had such an amazing time. Jeff Berwick put on a fantastic event. It is definitely becoming the place to be for crypto, and thank you so much for you guys who came up and just said hi and all the love you showed once again. And I hope to see you guys there next year, and even more of you if you've been on the fence about it. And you know what, actually the reason I went there is because I saw Crypto's video last year where he kind of recapped how amazing it was. And so for me, that kind of fueled me to go, and he was dead right. So I hope that this video does the same for you, encourages you to go there as well. Oh, and by the way, momentous event. I hit 10,000 subscribers, guys. 10,000 subscribers. Literally, while I was at the event and while I was being interviewed by Crypto's News, I hit 10,000 subscribers. So thank you to you guys. You know, sure, the channel wouldn't be here if I didn't put content out, but the channel would be nothing if there was no subscribers. So that's all you guys. Have a fantastic day.